I looked at their lineup, start of the game, and thought, there's a lot of experienced players there. There's not like they've got 3 teenagers in the lineup. They've still had, Jeffrey Schlupp come on. He's been around, Jeffrey Schlupp as a sub. I thought Palace is, yes, you could debate, and Darren would
the manager
say,
wasn't there. Which
yeah,
is
the manager,
big.
but the squad, probably needed a bit more depth. But yeah, I looked at their starting lineup. You couldn't disagree that, to me, it was like there's a load of experienced players, played a lot of football there.
Yeah, what I will say about that is listen, do we know the rules? The 13 players or 14 players, they had that. Now, they only made one change, I think, to the starting lineup. Guehi come out and I think Anderson come in. So the actual first team lineup, the first 11, was strong. But it's the substitutes. Now, you look at Crystal Palace this season, the first half, they normally start slow. And they only come into the game, really, once they make their change in the second half. And they had no Eze, no Elise, who's been brilliant when he comes on, no Benteke. Luka Milivojevic comes on to take set plays a lot of the time. So the actual squad depth was not great for them. But I do agree with you. If you look at the rules in terms of the 14 players, they did have that, so you can see why it was kept on, but it was frustrating for them. No Vieira as well, and it was a tough one.
What's the expectation for Palace this season? Where can they get to, or is it just about staying in the league?
It's always about staying in the league for teams that are normally competing down there. I said before the season started, I could see them getting to the top 10. That's going to be tough, I think. It depends. Listen, if the game's on tomorrow, they play Norwich, so... If they, even with a depleted squad, you should really be getting something against Norwich, and that because Norwich have been poor this season, of course, and we know that we've touched on that. But I'd like to see them competing for that middle half of the league, whether they can break into the top 10 this season. I was confident before the season started, but too many draws. And if they keep drawing too many games, they're not going to be pushing up the league.
But look, just on Arsenal quickly, they're in 4th place, Daz, and they won the game 5-0 against Norwich, but Norwich they're poor, aren't they?
Yeah, listen, you try. I've got the Ipswich connection, of course, with Norwich, and I try to not be too negative about them. But yesterday they were woeful, and they are what they are. They come up, they've smashed the Championship every time they're down there. They come up, they don't really compete that well, and they normally go down. They gave themselves a big opportunity in hiring Dean Smith. I felt that was a great appointment, and he must have seen something. He must have thought, there's something here that I can keep. But yesterday they were poor, and listen, Arsenal are looking very strong, and fair play to Mikel Arteta, because he was, the hounds were out at the start of the season, and he has really turned that around. And you know what? Aubameyang being out the team has seemed to really galvanised Arsenal, to be honest.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.